All right, guys. Hope everyone's doing really good. Let's get this live underway. What is up, Tokyo session? Okay, so right now we can see that we are dropping on Bitcoin right now. What is up, Ed? What is up, Steven? How you doing? Mini Moog, Moises, APG, PC Surgeon, how you doing? All right, so let's break down Bitcoin. Tokyo never usually dumps in the market. And right now, Tokyo is dropping. Not necessarily dumping, but definitely dropping. It does look like we are about to break this uptrend. Looks like it, but here's the problem. What I've noticed with Tokyo is anytime there's a drop, it's usually a fake out. Anytime there's a pump, it is usually a fake out. Because Tokyo normally accumulates. Yes, we are dropping after the open. And we are coming down to the bottom of the trend line. And now we have resistance right here. So what I would be doing is I'm still long on Bitcoin. I don't see any reason not to be. But you can see right here that Bitcoin is pretty much trying to come back up off of this. If anything, you pump to this resistance. You did break this uptrend, right? So you broke this uptrend here on Bitcoin at around 70,006. Then you formed a higher high. And now you are dropping on the 1 hour time frame. MACD is dropping as well too. 4 hour is about to drop, or actually 4 hour is definitely dropping. And you guys could see the 18 hour is almost overbought. The caveat here is the 15 minute is very, very oversold. The 5 minute is very, very oversold. And the 1 hour is almost oversold along with 30 minute and the 45 minute. So let's say Bitcoin does drop. All right. Let's say we break this uptrend here. And let's say Bitcoin does drop. If we go to our liquidity gaps here on Bitcoin, which is going to make this a bit bigger here, but here is our liquidity gaps on Bitcoin here. You can see there's more buys and sells in this area. I would say there's a possibility we push up to 70,006 to about 70,005 one more time. At least before the big drop, if there is going to be a big drop. But here's the thing. You're bouncing off of the trend here with a higher low. Now, we did kind of bounce off of this 618 right here, which is the golden pocket. And we are dropping on a 1 hour time frame. But my question is, are we going to break it or are we going to come back up? Here's the bounce right here. Here's the bounce. That would be a higher low double bottom. But what I've learned about Tokyo is if something is pumping, it is usually a fake out. If something is dumping, it is usually a fake out, unless it is a massive pump or drop. And you're, breaking main trends. Although you are completely, and I mean completely overbought on the 4 hour. You are dropping on the 4 hour. You have another 2 hours and 18 minutes here. And it looks like you are about to cross down on that 4 hour time frame with the double top. If that double top comes into effect, we are looking at Bitcoin dropping all the way back to 65.7. Now, here's the thing, guys, the wild card. The 18 hours is moving up. The daily is moving up. So I'm going to tell everybody my plan, because there will be one more pump before we drop, if we're going to drop. Here is my plan. So my plan is to take profit at 70,005, or whatever this is going to go to. And then I'm going to short it at 70,005. Okay. I will get out of my short if it ends up breaking, and I will re-enter at 70,001. Because I do see that our MACD is crossed down. But the key thing is here, are we breaking this trend right here? No, we are not. We do have a Batman. And a Batman is very, very bearish, by the way. But typically what a Batman does is this, and then comes back down. Now, the caveat to this Bitcoin short or this Bitcoin long is we hit the top, we never hit the bottom. So we know that the market wants to drop. However, we have a massive golden cross, and we have major, major support in this area here. Keep in mind, guys, this is a 15-minute now, okay? I mean, this is the 1 hour. So there are a lot of buys in this area right here. Anywhere from 68,009 all the way to about 69,009. Okay. A lot of buys in this area right here. Another thing is we never tapped the previous high one more time, right? So we tapped it here. We tapped it here. We never tapped it here. There's a possibility Bitcoin could go tap 71.6 one more time before dropping. But my short-term plan is going to be shorting the top of this resistance here and taking profit, okay? Because at this point, we are in a massive, massive range. So you pretty much want to take your trend from here to here. And this would be roughly my take profit on my long if it gets there, which it should. And then I'm going to short the top. Hope it comes back down here and long the bottom, or I'm just going to wait for a breakout. We know London is probably going to pump this at least to the previous high. So if you guys are not in a long, I would be in a long here. Non-financial advice. And then if Bitcoin ends up bouncing off of this trend line right here, I'd be very, very cautious shorting it, because we are looking at a very, very big move if we do backtest this trend. Now, here's the caveat, and there's a lot of caveats, guys, because now we can see we actually broke out of the resistance right here. We do got resistance on our RSI. Resistance on our RSI from right here to right here. So pretty much I'd be expecting Bitcoin to push back up to around here. We've got about 30 minutes left on this 1 hour candle here. What do you guys think Bitcoin is going to do? Do you guys think we're going to have a massive drop, or do you think Bitcoin is going to break out? It looks like Bitcoin is for sure going to drop. But then look at your higher time frames and kind of tell me what you think on your higher time frames. Right? Daily is moving up. This drop from right here to right here, Bitcoin was going down. The indicator was going down with it. Just send it. How you doing? Can I look at ZBCN for sure? Hit that like button, guys. Smash that like button. Let's run up the YouTube live tonight. So ZBCN, again, huge breakout here. ZBCN is ranging very, very good. And we are in a little bit of a range right here. If you look at the 18-hour, you're going up. Daily's ranging. I would say at any moment, ZBCN could absolutely pop. We have a massive golden cross here about to happen on Zcash as well. Again, you are in another rounded bottom here. So ZBCN is looking like it will pump, but you are ranging in this region. Ranging, and of course, more ranging. Josh, are your fair value gaps same as order blocks, or this is two different items? Hypervid, how are you doing? So my fair value gaps are completely different than order blocks. Order blocks are supply and demand. Fair value gaps are kind of the same thing, but they're not exactly the same thing. So we are literally at that trend line, guys. Like, literally at that trend line. And it does look like Bitcoin is going to drop on the 1 hour. You can see Bitcoin is dropping, but I'm not buying the drop until we actually close that 1 hour time frame. Because that 15-minute is very, very oversold. So even though Bitcoin is dropping on the RSI, and even though the chart is dropping, that 15-minute is very, very oversold. And you guys could kind of see that. The 15 minutes trying to push up and bounce off that higher low, right? Hit that like button, guys. I appreciate you. Hoping another push to the upside when it bounces off the 1 hour RSI, 3 points of support. So that is a very good note. You will have 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, technically 4 points, and this could be 5 points, which means that it could form a higher low, or it could just drop. Do I see it just dropping? Honestly, I don't see it dropping until it does hit the top here. It could drop. It could definitely drop. We do have 7 minutes left here on our hourly candle here. We could also double bottom right here around around 68.8, but if I redraw my channel, I want to make sure my channel is perfect. So it does look like we are dropping, guys. If you do look at this channel, obviously that 15-minute is going to push it up one more time. But it looks like that pump was possibly to the top of the channel. So if that is the case, I got to weigh out every scenario, right? The thing about being an influencer and a crypto trader is you got to weigh out every scenario, okay? If you look at this, if you look at the close here, the average close, it looks like you pumped to the top, you broke it, you pumped all the way to the top, you manipulated, and then you rejected. Even though this would be a channel, the reality is we did break that area right there. So this would definitely be a channel for sure. But we can't ignore that we did break the actual uptrend on the chart. Hit that like button, guys. I appreciate everybody for joining the live. If you guys missed my YouTube thumbnail, I'm pretty proud of it here. We are playing Russian roulette with the market. Big move coming. Live trading, Tokyo session. All right, hit that like button, guys. Let's run up this live. Let's get this live trending all over Google, all over YouTube. Bitcoin is so close to dropping. You can literally see we're at the bottom. Just tap support at the up channel from 65.5. All right. So let's look at a couple of large caps here, coins that are following Bitcoin possibly. So you got a little pump on Dogecoin here. A little bit of a pump, a little bit of a fake out. Your 1 hour is completely overbought here. It is still on an uptrend. You are still overbought. Or I guess I mean oversold. So you're very, very oversold right here on Doge. Moises, are you longing or shorting the market? I would keep an eye on Dogecoin, guys, because it did break out. I don't know why I'm so bullish right now, guys. I really have no answer or anything for you. Maybe because we are very, very oversold on the 15, and maybe because the 1 hour is about to flatten out. And maybe because every time frame on the lower time frames are completely oversold. So that might be one reason. But again, if you're just tuning into the live, I'm going to look at taking profit around 76 or 70,006. It isn't the London live, and I'm longing. And then I might possibly be shorting right here. Okay, so we have 1 minute left on this Bitcoin close. And then you're looking at Bitcoin possibly bouncing up. If it can do that, if it came down to the 382, let's say around 69.3, then it could come all the way up here. But let's see. We got the 1 hour close now. We're literally at that channel support. Looks like you're breaking it. I don't know, guys. I'm not convinced. It is breaking. Tony Gold, how you doing? Yeah, this is when people lose in crypto. What I like about trading, guys, is the fact that a lot of people are going to try to short it right here. And this is where 90% of people lose because they think it is breaking, right? And it could break, don't get me wrong, but 90% of people lose because they think the trend is breaking, or they think we're going to drop, or they think we're going to pump. We definitely are dropping, though. Looks like it is breaking. I just don't like how oversold that 15-minute is. I don't know. Let's see. Lorenzo, how you doing? I'm holding my long. I don't trust this. I don't trust this at all. I can also see that the 1 hour is almost oversold here. So we got 1 hour and 56 minutes left on this candle here. And we do know we're going to drop for 1 hour and 56 minutes. We do know that is a drop. But I would say before we drop, we come back up to here. And I do want to go over other projects, guys. Cam, how you doing? Just sold my Solana short, now looking for a long. Okay. Let's check out Sol, completely flat. Am I missing anything, guys? Am I missing CPI? Am I missing a Fed meeting? Like, is anything happening this week in crypto? I should probably look at the calendar. I am extremely shocked that we have not pumped yet on anything. We've got golden crosses all day here. We've got a breakout on Sol. We got a breakout on Bitcoin. And we've got a breakout on the overall market. Oil going up, Tron. Look at River. So again, I don't know. I wouldn't be shorting Solana. March 13th. What is happening March 13th? Oh, it is Friday 13th. What usually happens on Friday the 13th? Do we normally pump or do we normally drop? Sorry, I'm out of checks. I thought we had a Friday the 13th the month before. Didn't we have a Friday the 13th in February? I'm long on BTC and Doge right now. Like, this is such a tease. It looks like we're dropping. It definitely looks like we are dropping, but that 15-minute. That 15-minute is very, very oversold. So we could push down to 69.3. See where we're bouncing off of the liquidity gaps. Yeah, so there are a lot of buys, more than sells right here. All right, I'm going to just set an alert right here. Set an alert on Bitcoin right there. See if maybe make a move. Look at River. Hit that like button, guys. Let's run up the YouTube live. River is in the same spot. We broke out on River. When the news talks about numerology, look out, right? Yeah, we broke out on River here, bounced off. So I would say that River could come up to about 23-ish. 23-ish on River from 15. So if we look at our 5-minute on River, or even the 15-minute. Yeah, so River would have to break this liquidity gap right here. There's a lot of sells right here. You can see the red building up, right? You can see the red building up on River. And I say we pump all the way up to about 17 to about 25 if we break this area right here. So River, it is really tough for me to say be in a River trade right now because there's too much resistance. But if you could break this resistance, you're going to go on a massive pump. Massive. I mean massive pump. Bitcoin is trying, guys. Bitcoin is definitely trying. Pengu is inside a huge pennant on the 1 day. All right. Well, since side of, okay, so it broke out, okay? A lot of things are breaking out. A lot of crypto projects are breaking out. A lot of everything is breaking out right now. But you can see that Pengu broke out, is ranging sideways just like Solana. And here is the 4-hour golden cross, guys. If we don't pump tomorrow, I will be pleasantly shocked, or even tonight. Because we are coming very, very, very close to a move off that downtrend. Honestly, I would probably be buying a spot position or a very, very low leverage position on Pengu and just riding it out. Riding it out, riding it out. Because that is a really good potential profit. That is almost 116% profit. I got to look for a setup here on Pengu. The price on River would have to be $15.75. Once you break $15.75, Pengu is going to pop. Okay, Bitcoin is obviously trying to touch that bottom of that channel or that trend. Right here, 69.6. Wow, I haven't seen red candles on Tokyo like this since who knows when, right? Tokyo has been green or ranging the whole time. So that means if Tokyo, and Tokyo is not dropping, guys. Tokyo is really ranging. This isn't distribution. This is really just a range. Hit that like button, guys. Let's run up that YouTube live. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Yeah, so River, you're looking at, that would have been a nice long right there. River, initially you're looking at about 15.75. Then you're looking at about 17 to about 23. It would be a really, really good long on River. If you can break this conversion line. So if River breaks the conversion line, guys, River is going to pop. I would say 51% on River. If we could end up breaking this conversion line, yeah, you're looking at about 24. I would say River's probably one of the top trades in crypto right now. And I would also say Hype is one of the top trades on crypto. As well. Because Hype broke out. Hype is overbought with bearish divergence and a little bit of a double top here. I would say about 48.80 is where I would be looking at hype. If we can break this conversion line, 48, hype could go to 48. Hype is actually very bullish. Hype is one of the most bullish cryptos right now because we're actually flipping the bull market support band on hype. Yeah, you're looking at hype hitting around 41. If we break this area right here, 41, 50. Yeah, I would say hype is going to about 50 bucks. All right, Bitcoin, what are you doing here? Is it actually going to drop? Okay, so now Bitcoin is finally breaking this 1 hour. It's really tough for me to go short with that 15-minute oversold. Really, really tough. You got that fair value gap right here. No, you're definitely dropping. You're definitely breaking. Possibly. Yeah, Asia is definitely trying to come down. I don't know. I would say this is the first time that I'm not convinced on a Bitcoin drop because like you are dropping, you are breaking it. Where's the New York high or New York low or whatever? You're bouncing off that fair value gap here too. Okay, well, you broke the uptrend. So here's the thing, guys. You 100% broke the uptrend on Bitcoin. Now you broke it here. Now you broke it here. I don't know. Let's see if we look at. Okay, we're above the fair value gap, so that's not a problem. No, we're definitely dropping. We are absolutely dropping here. So it's really, really tough for me to say go short. We're dropping. We broke trend. But it is really tough for me to say go short, because if I say go short and we reverse and we come back up, like if you're looking right here, we technically broke the trend right there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm undecided. I don't want to say. I feel like we're going to come all the way back down to about here. Which is about 69.2. Okay, let me see something. River flying. There you go. River's pumping. Boom. River, yeah, you're looking at river pumping to around 1633 in that region right there. And obviously $15 as well on river. So let me see where the New York low is. So the New York low is right here. It looks to me that Tokyo is probably going to do a bit of AMD, take out the New York low, and then continue back up. We could take out the London too. We could definitely take out the London low and continue back up. But there is no way, of course, anything could happen. There's no way I see this breaking this support, even though you're dropping right here, because of how oversold we are. We're very, very oversold in that 15-minute. Now we're very, very oversold. Anything could happen though, guys, right? Keep that in mind. Anything can happen. This is cryptocurrency, right? But I would say we're probably going to we're either going to take out the New York low or take out the London low. Bounce off this fair value gap for sure. So you have the bounce off the fair value gap as well on the 4-hour time frame. You can see we are in a double top here off this fair value gap right here. This would be an area if you're not longing to long. I'm not 100% convinced we are going to go up, but I'm telling you, I'm not 100% convinced we are going to go down. I'm just not. I know it looks like we're going to drop all the way back down here and play the double top. And if you do look at the indicators, we are in a perfect double top. I don't even understand. I have... What? TradingView is messing up because I have the premium. I don't know. I don't know why TradingView is messing up. I have the premium. My red long is doing fine. It might go to volume. It's fine on the 15. Yeah. So when New York opened, essentially this area was the long. So we're taking out the New York low. I know it started right here. Wait. It technically started in this area around 69.2, but we are taking the New York low right now. So I see Bitcoin bouncing back up to at least 70,005 and then continuing back down. If it is going to go down, if it is not going to go down, then potentially break it out. But you got to keep in mind, guys, we are in a double top, right? We definitely are in a double top. If you take this low to right here, we are revisiting the fib once again. Here's the neckline. If you break this, you come down and you drop all the way down to here, which would have been my initial target, that 65 to 64K region. Shout out to everybody on the live, guys. If you're new to the live, hit that like button. We're breaking down Bitcoin. We're looking at a river long. Smash a like, hit the subscribe. We do this on Monday, Wednesday, 8 to 8:30 typically. We got over 50 people on the live, guys. Hit that like. I appreciate you guys. There's no reason to panic, guys, even though we broke the trend here, because we're completely oversold. So yes, there's no trend at the current moment, but there should be one more move. If you're looking at the short, because now you got to look at this trend breaking right here. If you are looking at a short, the short would be right here. I wouldn't go long after this area right here. And the reason being is because you are completely overbought on the 4 and you're dropping. So with Tokyo taking out that New York low, or pretty close to it, I would go short here. If it starts pumping like crazy, I would get out. I do see it come into this area before dropping again. But this 4-hour candle is absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal here with the golden cross, guys. Can you believe it? Golden cross on the 4-hour time frame. Breaking trend, might I add. Now we got to look at the trend all the way down here, because you broke this area. So you broke this area right here, had a little bit of a fake out, Now it looks that Bitcoin will bounce in this region off of about 35.90. So there's a possibility we continue back down there. Obviously, you're bouncing off of this fair value gap. Here's the start of the New York session. So the start of the New York session is literally going to be right here, about 69.2 area. Well, really right here. And we're definitely going to bounce in this region right here. I don't see us breaking that, especially with how overbought we are. I mean, oversold we are. But here is the New York low. Pirate Genetics, how you doing? I appreciate you for being on the live. Thank you for coming on. Not late at all, fam. Not late at all. Okay, so Bitcoin has... I'm on the live. So basically what we're looking at, guys, is Tokyo going for this New York low right here. And then that would be my bounce up, probably, maybe. If I knew 100% what was happening with the market, guys, I would 100% tell you, but I don't. We're very, very oversold. We have massive bullish signs on higher time frames. Where did my VRVP go? Oh, can I not? I was like, where is my volume profile? Where's my volume node? USDT is pumping. Yeah, USDT is bouncing off this trend. It has been on the trend line for quite some time, guys. And we can see that. You're bouncing off here. You're bouncing off here. Boom, 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 boom. Now it looks like you're going to come up to here. Either reject or go down. Now, here's the thing. If you reject here, you're good. If you go down, if you break out, we're probably going to have a further drop on Bitcoin, right? Yeah, so we're definitely going for that Tokyo low and possibly a lot lower. So 68.9 would be the absolute bottom for me, is where I'd be looking at. Or actually, in this region right here, about 69.1 even. That is a huge candle. We are bouncing in that fair value gap. So there's a possibility we come even down to this region. If we break it, guys, we break it. Like, it is what it is. I'm just really surprised that we never hit that resistance yet. Very, very surprised. So be cautious when you're looking at Bitcoin in this area. And that is all I really got for you guys today. The market's dropping. You have major support right here. You have a liquidity gap right here at about 68.9. You're just very oversold, and you're very oversold in the 15-minute time frame. So once we hit this area, there are a lot of sells. We'll have to see if we come up or we go down, right? But that's what I got for you guys. That's all I got for you guys today on the live. Make sure you guys protect your capital. And that's it. Bitcoin's kind of dropping, more of a range than anything, but you are dropping. You got that major support right there. London is, if London continues to drop, I'd be very, very surprised. And we will be back on the New York session live tomorrow, guys. And also no London live tonight, London live tomorrow, and the New York session at 9 a.m. CST. Hope you guys have a good night and watch what the market is doing. I wouldn't be going short until we actually break this. Obviously, we're having a very, very big sell-off into Tokyo. Very big sell-off. We're coming up to that New York low right here, right? Right here is the New York low. Okay, I hope you guys have